underneath this stuff, most of this sandstone has a pink tint to it. You understand what I'm saying? And so in behind this, if you were to rip all that away, in behind this would be a tendon and the gooey weave that this would be glued to. Does that make sense? This is not just, these separations and these seams are not here by just some random thing that happened. You understand? I wish you could see it in there better. There's red up in that one, spots of red right in there. That piece right through there. But it's not showing up that good right now. But just like, look how these things are layered on here. This is not just some sedimentary deposit of sandstone that happened in some deltas or oceans millions of years ago. And I'm going to show you what this will be anchored to in behind, okay? All right, this is going to be part 2. I'm about a half a mile away from where we just were as the bird flies. Now, I showed you what I believe is the muscle that would have been attached to the tendon in behind if you were to remove it all. This is the tendon that would be in behind what I just showed you, and all this would have been that muscle I just showed you out into here that's gone now. It's all been peeled away. There's some of this stuff is going to be vein blood. And you see iron oxide right there. See that? So we've got blood in there right there because you can see the rust. See all that big old patch of rust right there? There's iron oxide right there, which means we got arterial blood somewhere, just like we had where we just came from. That would be arterial blood. And we've also got vein blood in here. That you see the black, the real black stuff. And then I'm going to show you the gooey weave is that piece, the biggest piece. I'm going to get down in there and show you. And then I brought my other camera. I'm going to try to zoom in on some of the layers of these tendon fibers that are showing. I will zoom in with my camera, my other camera. Okay, so let me get down in there. Okay, I did the video. I did my testing, that first DNA testing off of some of this the other day in my video. That big piece right there is, I believe, part of the gooey weave like I showed you. I'm going to show you some other pieces that are sticking out over here. And I don't know if you can see the layers in there. They're just laying there like boards. And those are the fibers, the tendon fibers. So that piece I just came from would have been glued to this, stuck to this, and come clear out into here. Does that make sense? The muscle. And so let me get across over there without falling and busting something. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I need both hands for this. Okay, this thing's just massive. I mean, it's like just a huge wall. And you can see, you should be able to see the lines going across there. See them lines? Those are all individual fibers of this tendon. And I'll show you, like I said, I'll get back with my other camera. I brought the tripod. And there's that big chunk sticking out that I believe is part of the glue. And I'm going to show you some more of it here, right over here. This thing is just huge. You can see it here. I don't know if I'm showing up pretty good to show you how tall this thing is. But take a look. Here's some of that glue right here. And there's going to be vein blood mixed in with it here. Here's some of it here. Look at this. But look how it's... This is a piece of that glue. And look how it's... Look at this. Look how it's stuck to this. This tendon. This is tendon. This is one of the fibers here. There's another one here. And this isn't sandstone. I'm not sure what it is, but look at how this stuff is stuck to it. See that? You can absolutely tell the transitional change here. Look at that. You can tell. Runs right along. There's the line. And this is stuck to it, glued to it. And that's that big, massive piece up there. There's another piece of it right there. And this is that glue. There's another piece over there. And this is the gooey weave that glues to the muscle, to the tendon. There's some right above me. Let's just hope it don't fall off, eh? Gee whiz. Okay, so I think you're getting the idea. So I'm going to step back and get the other camera out. And we'll step back over here. And I'll take video back with it. And I can zoom in with it. This thing just runs along there, but all out here would have been the muscle, like I just showed you in the first video. Well, that is just fascinating to me, how that just glues right to it. Two different materials. Yeah, you can't make that up, folks. All right, let me get back out of here. I'll try to get over there and take a closer look at the arterial blood where it's rusting over here. We'll go over there first. Well, there's that biggest chunk of that glue. And there's vein blood here too. That's what a lot of the black is. We're getting closer over here, and I can show you some of the arterial. That's going to be the iron oxide right up in there. A lot of salmonberry in here. But I want to get a closer look at this iron oxide. There. See a big old rust spot? So we're close to some vein blood here. It's real red right in there. So it must be coming out of that seam right there. Or some's coming from higher up too. There's more over in there, but there's a lot of fern growing. The fern's feeding, all them ferns are feeding off the blood, off the biology. Growing right out, you know, they're growing right out of the rock. Well, out of the carcass. But at least we're close to that. You see it right there. All rusted. Real rusted right along in there. Okay, so we got vein blood, we got arterial blood. And that seam that I was showing you out in the first video of that was arterial blood. All right, let me try to get out of here. Okay, there's that vein blood, or arterial blood, I'm sorry, the iron oxide. And look at all the vegetation feeding off this. It's feeding off the biology. That's what it's feeding off of. Just loaded with ferns and moss. Okay, so what I've got this other camera, and I can zoom in with it, and I'll put the video up of it. You can already see the lines from the tendons. The tendons laying in there. So I'm gonna turn this off, and I'll zoom in with this. All right, can you see them in there? See all them lines running across there? Those are the tendons laying in there. And I've counted like 27 or 28 of them. And then there's that piece I was telling you about, the gooey weave. I mean, you can see them in there laying across there, just all those lines going across there. That's the tendons. And where I'm standing is where the muscle would have been, clear out to where I'm at. Alright. Alright, now I'm going to zoom in on that iron. The vein blood, or the arterial blood I was telling you about. Alright. That's it right there. That's the vein blood. It's iron oxide. So we got an artery, or a vein here somewhere, or an artery, I'm sorry, an artery here somewhere. And look at all the foliage I told you about growing on it, all the ferns and stuff. So there you go. We got vein blood and we got arterial blood. Okay? So there's an artery right there somewhere that was feeding this too. Alright. That ought to do her. It goes way down that way.